Welcome home.
I hate seeing on TV. So.
Hi, Mum. Welcome home.
Thank you.
A world tour. You've been away from Britain for 2.5 months now.
Yes.
And all these fans are going, where have you been? What have you been doing? I mean, we just saw there that video clip, and you were saying that that was actually filmed at one of your concerts.
Yeah, that was in Toronto. And actually, well, it was 2 live shows actually put together, you know, slotted together. But what I was saying was that, you know, it wasn't a set-up job with the audience and paid people to come in and things like that, on us doing studio work.
It's quite unusual for Duran Duran to do a performance video like that, because you normally do all these things. Basically, I never understand.
It's funny you should say that, actually, because two years ago we said we'll never, ever make a live video. We'll never do that. You know, that was one of the things we really sort of had to stand up against. But having said that for so long, we thought it was about time we went back on our word and did one. So we did. But we tried to make it a bit different from everybody else's, you know, put some extra bits in that little effect. I don't know if you've seen the wave that comes over the audience.
Yes, we saw that.
And the guy looks up and gets a bucket of water in his face.
So some good comedy moments in there as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So there's some fun in your music, because you were getting fairly serious about things, weren't you? With Union of the Snake, which was the last record, it was all fairly deep stuff, wasn't it? You were getting very serious about life. Is that a phase that the band goes through? As
serious as one can get in a pop group, I suppose, really. You can't get too serious. I know some people do get very serious, but in a band like us, 5 guys who keep jumping on you, sort of mentally and physically, you've got to keep a sense of humour, otherwise you go a bit silly.
2.5 months away from Britain, do you now have a different view of Britain?
Well, I came back on Thursday, and it looks very different from inside than it does from outside. And I'm not quite sure what it is. I know I'm glad to be back. It looks much better from being inside England.
What, do you think our image out abroad is not as good as the image we've got of ourselves?
No, it's not that good at the moment, actually, no, it's not.
But you're not deserting us?
Absolutely not, absolutely. No, I mean, we've been walking away from the bloody flag for you. You can say bloody in the BBC, can't you?
Occasionally you can, yes. We can always edit it out when it comes to the actual transmission of the show anyway. We've had loads of phone calls about you, so we'll go through those later on. We also have Jeyem Pitney here this morning.
How do you
Congratulations. Simon Le Bon, who is in fact a Duran Duran fan. He was telling us earlier on as well.
Hi.
So, you two, this is an amazing meeting across here. 20 years of pop music. Yeah.
We were just talking a minute ago about the image abroad. I was just whispering to Jeyem, I've got a bad image abroad, and he was saying he didn't think so.
What, England? I wouldn't say it's a bad image. I don't think it's as we're sort of seen abroad as good as it really is here. You know, people think, oh, it's the country that's, you know, collapsing, the one that's going under, you know, the one with all the political trouble, the one with all the industrial trouble and everything. And there's actually, having been in America, I see a lot of problems happening there and beginning to happen, which are following on very much the kind of problems we've had here over the last 10 years.
But you've taken, you as a British group have gone in there and done wonders for the British music industry, certainly, but for Britain in that sense as well. Boy George,
Let me say it for them, because they've done a fantastic job. They had an unbelievable success. I mentioned before you came out about the first video and MTV. I think really it's historic. Yourself and the group, I think, were the first entity in music to ever create a completely successful image purely by virtue of a video.
Yeah.
That video on Hungry Like the Wolf came out on MTV. I was doing an interview, and the guy asked me what I thought of Duran Duran on MTV. I don't get cable. I won't get it for another 2 months. I live way out in the woods in Connecticut.
Oh, yeah.
So I had no idea what he was talking about. Shortly thereafter, I learned. It was fantastic.
Yeah, video, I mean, for us, it was our big chance. It was the first new thing to happen to music for such a long time. It was like the advent of, say, stereo. And take a group like Pink Floyd, who really used that to their advantage. They explored it and pioneered it and made something new of it. We saw video come along and thought, hey, come on, chaps, we can do something with this, because everybody else was doing the straight live video, or they were putting, like, pictures of Mickey Mouse to their music, which had nothing to do with the songs at all. So we thought, let's go off on location for a start and do something.
And you've been to Montserrat, you've been, south of France, Sri Lanka, all over the place. What a lovely life, isn't it?
It's all right. I mean, the work is, I mean, making videos is something which a lot of people don't quite understand. I mean, people, they throw this on us quite a lot, actually, especially some of the writers and journalists for music papers. They go, well, you know, you're just bumming around in the south of France and in Antigua. What's going on? You know, you're supposed to be a pop group. And it is actually a lot of hard work making a video. It may look fun, it may look great sort of on that boat, but, you know, when you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and you don't finish till 1, the night afterwards, and you have to get up the next morning at 5 o'clock. It is actually...
You'll never make anyone believe that.
Pardon?
It's not hard work.
I'm trying, it's hard.
We'll try that later on.
25 years later, I'm
We'll
telling
try
you
that later on. Delighted to see you back. Thank you for...
Scorpio, it's about time you were given a kiss of appreciation. A pat on the back. Your affairs of the heart are given a boost by the goddess of love. For Venus not only quickens your pulse, but heightens life's pleasures too. Not long before